Let me ask you guys a question. What if Sakurai never returned to working with Nintendo? Who is Sakurai? He's the creator of Kirby and is responsible for one of the greatest fighting game series of all time. The kicker about this is, it was a complete accident.
Now, I think this argument is very interesting when people say that the game wasn't intended to be competitive, therefore it's not a fighting game, it's a party game.
Isn't a real fighting game.
Anyone else called it a fighting game, a party game.
A game made by Nintendo that wasn't supposed to be competitive with cartoon characters, but it just kind of was like a beautiful accident.
Both good pro scenes.
I mean, of course, you know, everybody's naming something that isn't a fighting game, of course.
What? Wait, hold on. Excuse me? Typical FGC.
It was never meant to be one of the most intricate and complex fighting games ever. It just happened that Masahiro Sakurai is the creator of... Now, it's no secret that Masahiro Sakurai says that every Smash game is his last game. But what if this time he meant it? He goes on record to say he would be hesitant to make a sequel to the Smash Ultimate series, because it wouldn't be better than Smash Ultimate. He also says Smash wouldn't be Smash without him. So with these small points, what if he said, hey, I'm done with Nintendo and I want to feed this fire of mine, the fire of the FGC, a desire to create an amazing fighting game. With Sakurai announcing that there will be no more dev support for Smash Bros., and also with his column on Famitsu saying that he cannot produce a better fighting game than Smash Bros. Ultimate, what if at this point he decides to cut ties with Nintendo? Recently, job listings for a senior game dev with experience in melee-based combat is being hired by... NetherRealm Studios. This could be a tell, but we could possibly be seeing Mortal Kombat 12 or Injustice 3. What if Sakurai applied for the position and began working on the big new game with NetherRealm Studios? Mortal Kombat is one of the few games that does things similarly to Smash. By bringing characters from other worlds, you wouldn't think Rambo could stand toe-to-toe with the God of Thunder, but somehow they managed to make it work. NetherRealm Studios is under the Warner Brothers umbrella, and they've begun production on a new title. They are not responsible for multiverses, but no Mortal Kombat characters are confirmed for multiverses, so hypothetically, what NetherRealm Studios could be working on is a platform fighter. With NetherRealm Studios revamping the team and moving to Unreal Engine 4 and a step into the future in the next gen console, we could be getting something nobody asked for or even seen coming. So if you're still here with me, you're probably thinking, what is this guy smoking? MK is a traditional fighter. It can't play like Smash. That's way too wild. Just as wild as having Batman fight Sub-Zero? Just as wild as having Rambo fight the God of Thunder? This, my friends, is where you might be mistaken. If you haven't been on this planet as long as me, you might have never heard of these games that break traditional Mortal Kombat custom. Well, my friends, let me introduce you to the grand slam of these games produced by NetherRealm Studios. Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks came out on September 16 in 2005. Now this game hits every yes in the book. Let me show you guys a little bit of the intro. The story takes place somewhere between Mortal Kombat 1 and 3. It's not exactly canon, but it's definitely done its homework. Now, as far as the game itself goes, where it truly shines is the combo system, fatalities, and the stages, and all the Mortal Kombat lore that's designed into this game. The biggest thing to point out is how the game mechanics just flow. Unlike the older games, this game is the first of all those off-brand MK titles that introduces multiplayer. Now, compared to the other games, the multiplayer in this one's really playable. Honestly, it's a really good experience to play. Now, mind you, the game wasn't meant to be played in versus mode in multiplayer. Now, with that history recap, I think we can sit back and say, okay, Laz, you got my attention. I do see a bit of the possibility. Not only is it a possibility, fans want it, an HD remaster of Shaolin Monks or even Shaolin Monks Part 2. It's an absolute box office hit in my book. Looking at the years of advancement in technology, the game's story mode can only be even more amazing than the first game, and to top it off, everyone is expecting a new Mortal Kombat 12 or Injustice 3. What if we didn't get any of those? What if we got a Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks? Let's say we're in a world where Shaolin Monks Part 2 is the game that's coming out. Now I want to reiterate that this game is a co-op single-player RPG game. The story modes that come from NetherRealm Studios have been a 10 out of 10 experience every time. I can't remember a time since the new age of console games that Mortal Kombat had a bad story mode. So Mortal Kombat Shaolin Monks 2 is either be the greatest story of all time or easily the top 2 or 3 MK games for story mode. We can easily imagine that the multiplayer will either be a non-existent or what if, like Smash Bros, the greatest accident of all time. A game that isn't designed to be played at a crazy high competitive level, but for whatever reason, it is. And it could be one of the greatest accidents produced by NetherRealm Studios and Masahiro Sakurai. Shaolin Monks 2 could really be the epic AAA game that in the works behind the scenes. Realistically, we probably wouldn't see a platform fighters from Mortal Kombat, or even from Shaolin Monks. If NetherRealm Studios were to produce another platform fighter, it would probably come in the form of Marvel vs. DC. And if Sakurai was behind the wheel of that project, boy, we can bet that the character reveals will be crazy. That's going to be it for this week's video. Let me know if you'd love to see a cross between NetherRealm Studios and Masahiro Sakurai. If you enjoyed this video, please share with some friends. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Let's try to get this channel closer to my goal of 1,000 subs. And if you liked the video, please hit the like button. All right, you guys, thanks for watching, and I'll be back with a new video. Peace.
We await your return, warrior.